Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So a lot of times people also tend to ask me, especially the people who have recently joined my channel, they tend to ask me this question, how long does it take for a leaf propagation to reach to a decent size? I have seen over the years a lot of people are interested in succulents. They want to know a little bit more about succulents, and a lot of people think that succulents tend to grow really fast, and that's why a lot of people, when they tend to put the leaves for propagation, they just wait for a month or so and they see that there is no pup growing. Now guys, this is something that you need to understand. Succulents are going to grow very slow. Now for people who have been following my channel for a long time, I'm sure you already know by now that how slow succulents tend to grow. For example, over here I have my Echeveria Lola. Now Echeveria Lola, she was propagated via a leaf. Now there were around 6 of the leaves that I had propagated, out of which only one happened to reach to this size. Rest 5 of them did not survive, mostly because of the environment changing of the house and etc. So the rest 5 of them did not survive. Only one of them has reached to this stage. Now if I'm going to tell you the age of this succulent, it is almost 2 years now. It was started from a leaf propagation. It's almost 2 years now, and you can see how slow it tends to grow. So if you are doing a leaf propagation, you have to be prepared. This is basically to give you an idea. If you are planning for a propagation, if you don't see a pup within a month or within 2 months or 3 months, this is how it is. It is going to take eternity for you to propagate succulents. It's going to take a very long time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight or within a month or within 2, 3 or 4 months, not even within 6 months. It is going to take a very long time. So this is a perfect example of a 2-year-old pup. So this is how it looks. Now over the years it has definitely grown. So I'm going to just let you know how much it is in 2 years. So if I'm going to check, it's approximately 1.5 inches, not more than that. So this is how slow they tend to grow. Now I personally do not use any fertilizers. I haven't added any fertilizers. It's just rainwater during the monsoons, and rest of the year, that is during the summers and winters, I just give it regular watering. Yes, during summers the growth is going to be a little bit more faster. Very soon we are entering into the winter season, because now the monsoon season, in another 2 or 3 months the monsoon season is going to go off and we are going to enter into the winter season. So now during the winter season, I don't think it's going to grow anymore. It's probably going to be of this size, and now the next growing season is going to be either next year during the January or probably late Feb. That's when the active growing season of Echeveria will start, and probably by then she might increase a little bit more bigger than this, but so far this is what the growth rate is. Now probably the growth might have got hampered while I was shifting from one place to another. Probably otherwise it would have grown another probably couple of centimeters, but that's all about it. It's not that something that within 2 years it's going to grow into a mother plant. Now this is going to give you a complete idea about what it is propagating succulents from via leaf. Though they tend to propagate very fast, you tend to see pups very fast. The pups tend to come out from the leaf, but your actual journey starts once the pup appears. It's not that once the pups have appeared and you're done. It is actually, the struggle actually begins after the pups have appeared. Then it is a very slow process. Now how do I have so much of patience waiting for it for 2 years? Is because I have so many succulents. I tend to attend all of the succulents, and a lot of times these succulents are just kept aside. I don't even tend to look at them, so you don't have that urge of watering them every now and then. So it is a very long process. So usually when you have 1 or 2 succulent, you tend to get very impatient, but when you have a lot of succulents, you actually don't even realize that you had a leaf propagation kept. It tends to grow on its own. You don't pay much attention. All you do is once in a week, or probably when the soil is dry, you tend to water it. But other than that, because a lot of people have very less succulents, so when you have less succulents, you tend to focus more on that one particular growth. You keep looking at that and you realize that it's not growing. Usually if you are going to neglect it, that's when you tend to realize that yes, the succulent is growing, or probably you can take pictures and document it, because the process is going to be very slow. Now imagine if you're going to stare at this pup every day, you will feel that the pup is not growing, because obviously it is not going to grow per day size. It might grow probably ½ centimeter in 2 months, or probably ½ centimeter in 3 months, depending upon your environment and climate. And in which season is the succulent growing. Probably during summers, this might tend to grow half centimeter a month, or probably half centimeter 2 months during its growing season. But during winter season, it might either completely shut down on its growth, or it might have very less growth during winters, again depending upon how strong or how extreme the winters are. If the winters are very extreme, then Echeverias will completely shut down their growth. So this was a basic idea that I wanted to give, because a lot of people tend to ask me that I have propagated leaves but I don't see roots, I don't see pups. It's just been a week but I don't see pups. So guys, if you're going to wait for a week to see pups, that is like very early. So you need to have loads and loads of patience. It's basically like an eternity to wait for them to grow to this size. So if you have patience, only then you can go ahead with propagation, or you can go with stem cuttings, because leaf propagation, I would say, it is for people who have lots of patience, or people who tend to have a lot of succulents and don't tend to particularly pay attention to one succulent. Because if you're going to pay attention to one succulent every day, you might feel that it's not growing, but actually it does grow, but it takes a very long time. So guys, I hope that this thing might have cleared your doubt, because a lot of people do have questions about why the succulent is not growing. So this is a very general thing. This is a very normal thing. It's not something to do with fertilizers. It's not that if I'm going to add fertilizers to this within 2 months, it's going to be triple the size of this. It's not going to work out like that. In fact, if I'm going to add too much of fertilizers, the succulent might even die. So it's all up to the succulent. It's very normal for a succulent to grow slow. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep planting.